All right, this is Gio from Strategic Edge Trading, and in this one we are going to be talking everything daily magnet sweep levels. These things are the secret sauce. Every single day they hit. They start plotting at the Tokyo Open and continue plotting through the London Open by 7 a.m. These levels are locked, ready for you to trade in the New York pre-market or the New York Open session. Um, and every single day, these things get respected. They get utilized by everyone here at Strategic Edge. Okay, so um, if you're trading Asia and London, okay, if you're trading during that time period while these levels are still developing, it doesn't mean that they're not useful. Um, it just means that we are going to use them a little bit differently. Okay, so when we're interacting with these levels during Asia and London, we're looking for more turtle soup style opportunities because what we're really looking at is the high and low range of specific time periods during those overnight market opens. So if you're only trading Asia and London, you're really just using it for those, like I said, turtle soup style opportunities where we're seeing, that range get broken, traded back into. Otherwise, you know, after the Asia range is has concluded plotting, so around midnight, Eastern time US, those Asia levels are more or less locked in place. Um, what then happens is if we're trading outside of the Asia range during the London session, then the extensions, the standard deviation levels, would start to come into play, and that's what happened during this London session. Here we get the London Open, and it makes a new low, comes back to retest that low, little turtle soup love, bing, bing, bing. So that's how I would be using these in the overnight, playing off of if I'm trading London, playing off of the Asian range and the standard deviation levels. And then once the London ones get locked at 7 a.m. Eastern, then I start to utilize both sets, or as much as they're interacted with. As you can see, this day, this was Friday, um, October 17th, it never came back to the London levels. So the only thing that you had to interact with was the Asian range and the standard deviations. So that is what we're looking at in terms of trading it in the pre-market scenario. If you're trading it in the New York session, um, I'm going to preface this with a lot of what we're looking at with sweep levels, these magnets. Magnets, we call them that because they both attract and repel price, right? So I'm confident that it's going to be magnetized towards there, and I'm confident that once it's here, it's either going to be magnetized away, continuing that move, or if we're already extended, like you see right here, we're in a distribution cycle on the BW. I would expect it to get magnetized away back from whence it came, right? So that's the significance of the magnet aspect of it. Um, let's look at when we want to use these, right? So just like I kind of described, I use the magnets as both targets when I'm in a position, and I use them as great entry points for when I'm looking to get into a position. And it's one of those confluence checks that we encourage, make sure that the cloud is telling you that there's a trade opportunity. Make sure that we just recently interacted with one of these magnet levels. So it would be safe to assume that we're now set to move away from it, and make sure that the BW is corroborating all that by showing us that, it looks like there's a good probability that we'll have concluded that distribution cycle. We're now entering the range with a bearish BW. I mean, that's a perfect alignment of conditions for me to want to take a storm cloud entry, storm cloud kickoff trade, right from there down to the storm line, but potentially just targeting this first magnet level because that's going to be the safer target. And you know that I will always encourage you to take the strong, high probability, safe target. And you know, there's never safety. As soon as you enter that trade, you've essentially kissed 1R risk goodbye until you can move that up to break even. So by making sure that we're taking profits when we can, not when we have to, that's how we keep our trailing drawdown at those prop firms intact. And that's how we make sure that, you know, we're taking winning trades and still have all of our trailing drawdown. Okay. So in a perfect world, I mean, this is the 5 minute chart. You can see how the 1 minute it interacts with those levels a lot. You know, so what on a 5 minute might have just looked like one touch, and in reverse, we actually saw it play through that range a little bit before we got the reversal, high probability reversal signal, and boom. So, um, if you are getting real granular on your look, I personally like to trade intraday on the 1 minute chart. You'll see those high probability reversals happening right around key levels. If the BW is with it, if the cloud's giving me what I'm looking for, this would be a storm cloud kickoff. Oh, I am in. That trade is a thing of beauty right there. You know, my stop being somewhere up here, this red glow would be negating this up move here. So I'm fine to stay in my short position through that, get the storm glow, and take it all the way to this level. That would be real quick. If we took the storm cloud kickoff right here, all the way down to this level, in 23 minutes, we would have made 20 points on the ES. That's a one and done for anybody. That would be twice my daily ES target, you know? And along the way, I would definitely have found an opportunity to add to that position, just knowing me. So I would anticipate multiples on my initial risk by the time I peeled that thing off at TP on the magnet level. And you see that, you know, that's going to happen consistently. Here we get a storm cloud kickoff. Here we get the storm glow to confirm it. So I might want to hold through that first level, and I could go all the way to the one standard deviation, trailing out safely on that safety line. So using these as targets, super powerful. But now we hit our target. We see that the emergency brake kicks, high probability reversal, and what do we get? A perfect BW confirmation to go the other way. I mean, so you can literally on a range bound day, these magnet levels can just really give you some you know, if you're looking to pass a prop challenge, I mean, this is how you do it. Trading both sides of the range effectively, getting in and out at key levels that you would never have been able to identify if these weren't there. So, hope you got a lot out of this one. Like I said, I really believe that the magnet levels are the secret sauce. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.